respond?
Through the chair, please. I would also like to make a statement on the uniforms. A while back, at one of the first meetings that the new board members were at, there was one gentleman who basically said if the high schools asked that the students wear uniforms, that the children wouldn't go to school. So I think a lot of people need to start mentioning to the children and everybody be on the same page that, try to wear clothes that are respectable in high school. I don't think getting up here and saying that if they had dress code, children wouldn't go. It defeats the purpose of what we're all saying.
Is it still you can address the code?
The practice of asking the children on Fridays at the high school to submit $1 so they don't have to wear a uniform will no longer be in practice as of September. It was done by the school to raise funds, but I don't think it was well thought out, so therefore it will not take place in the high school. And we will be, it's a complex issue as our board president indicated, and it does take everyone to assist us in implementing it. So yeah, I agree it's at the school, it has to be at home as well. So I'm looking forward to working with the high school as well as the community to make sure that the children are wearing appropriate clothing.
4 minutes, Mr. President.
We'll call the next.
Annette Kearney.
Annette Kearney, 15 St. Andrews Court. At the previous meeting, I had asked about the assistant superintendent. I don't see it in my agenda, but I thought I read it online that Dr. Deb, I believe, is on the agenda to be the interim assistant superintendent. Well, some of us have agendas that I have missing pages. So it might be on page 26.
Page 26.
I go from 25 to 27. So, I was just wondering if are we waiting to vote on that? Is that the reason why she's peeking through the door and not at the table? And the second thing I had was, without giving names, do we know the paraprofessional status for the public schools? Out of all of them that tested, how many passed, how many are not coming back, and were they now brought back on board as employees, that they received pink slips prior to taking the test? The next question I have, with the chaos with the graduation, the recent graduation, which was a beautiful event in spite of the weather, there were some students who had paid for extra tickets. Were those students reimbursed for those extra tickets? And those are all my questions.
With regard to question number 1, the board has not voted on any personnel issues, and I don't think they will be this evening. With regard to the parents, I have asked our HRS to compile the list to give it to me by Friday so that we can see the number of parents who did pass, and then we will be making the appropriate decisions in terms of the people who passed will be reemployed. But that won't take place till Friday. And lastly, the minute that I was told about the extra money, those children were reimbursed on the spot in terms of the graduation.
Through the chair, I would like to ask one question, please. My understanding that the graduating class pays for tickets to go to graduation.
No, there was, in the interest again of raising funds for the school funds to have extra monies for different activities, there was a decision made by the administration to charge for every ticket beyond 4 tickets, which was the number of tickets being given to each child. After some consultation with some of the parents and the administration, it was decided, it was only about, I believe it's only about 7 children that had begun to pay, but after some consultation, all the children were reimbursed.
Orville Booth. You don't want to speak?
Not tonight.
Fred Rush. While Mr. Rush gets up there, I have been asked by the members of the board, according to our videotaping policy, it's my legal opinion that there is videotaping allowed to be done, but the board does have a right to ask for a copy. So, Mr. Booth, if you could provide a copy of the last, you were pointing, I can't see that far.
I already got a copy of the. They give me a list of requirements here.
Oh, okay, good. So if we could be in touch so we can get that.
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Rush?
Fred Rush, 2021 Madison Avenue. If someone would be so kind to tell me what the heck is a paraprofessional. I'm in a shadow paraprofessional. And it says on here that paraprofessional is one who's pursuing a degree. What does that mean? I just enrolled, I got 40 credits, I got 60 credits, whatever. That's on page 24. Item A. The other thing is, I was a bit disturbed by the board taking a position to limit times. I mean, the time that you go home. You guys, all of you that are up there, I assume you're there because you want to be. You ran for office, you know what the job entails. And there are times when, if you're here at 1 o'clock, to do the business of this school board, you should just have to be here. If you can't make it, get up and leave. The vote don't count. That's the way democracy works. But I think that you guys should not be worried about getting home at 10:30, 11 o'clock, because you chose to run it. And if you don't like that, then maybe you got to resign, let somebody else do it. You know? So if someone would be so kind to answer that question, please.
Mr. Rush, in terms of the shadow, I would have to indicate that I will investigate it because I'm not very clear about this. I have to get to Mrs. Cooper unless someone does have, Mr. Faber may have, but I don't have that information.
Through the chair, we have a consultant here that we're paying money in addition to that, sir.
Mr. Brunner, through the chair, I could answer that. This is on the agenda. I put this in on there.
Please do.
The item that you're referring to on page 24, item A, that entire section, which is resolution item D, this was from the request for proposal for non-public IDEA services. This was actually in that request for proposal, spelling out to the providers who submitted proposals what we expect of a shadow paraprofessional, how many hours per week, what kind of background they need to have. That's what we specified in the RFP and also in the contract terms currently that we have with Catapult, who services this contract right now. That's what's spelled out. What this resolution is doing on the board agenda tonight is saying that the previous resolution that we did at the last meeting to award a contract to Catapult for non-public IDA for 10-11, we're putting this all in there again to say subject to the following conditions. So this will be the excerpt from the RFP, which will also be within their contract when they get their contract. That's what that's doing.
I understand, I know we're
It
not
doesn't
supposed
apply
to
to the public. This is not for the public.
it still doesn't matter, we're still talking about our kids and public monies that come from somewhere. And I know we're not supposed to have dialogue, but let me just say, we still didn't answer the question. If I'm pursuing a degree, I just enrolled, I got 50 credits, 10 credits, or what? What does that mean? That was my question, Mr. Speaker. You don't know?
That I don't know.
Well, we'll find out.
Christina, 4 minutes. Christina, Clement. You're asking.
Did you see what Barbara Cloud?
I'm sorry, Barbara. Yeah, sure. Just, can you indicate you don't want to speak? Chairman. Follow.
Yes.
Okay,
Anyone else?
we read the names.
Through the chair,
Yes.
I'd like to make a motion on the 192, 193 RFPs if I can.
Okay, go ahead.
Motion as heard.
You do need to make a motion out of turn. All in favor?
Aye.
You now have the floor.
Also.
The motion would be to approve the following vendors for the entire 192 and the speech and supplement.